With the season coming to an end, most United fans are very optimistic about United's future with new ownership and the new appointments that are about to take place. The club is looking brighter than ever. Previously, under the Glazers, they were all focused on their own personal wallets or personal gain. But now we have an owner who's focused on the future of the club and the structure of the club, which has finally made the future look very bright. So today we're looking at why United have a bright future and the future to look ahead to. When the Glazers took over the club at June 2005, where the fans expected them to lift us up back to the upper echelon of teams, amongst the glories of Real Madrid and the glories of Barcelona. And for the time, or during the time, Sir Alex Ferguson made us believe because he was just simply brilliant. He is the greatest manager in Premier League, or if not the world. I want to say that he's the greatest manager ever, period. So Sir Alex Ferguson covered up those cracks that the Glazers started enforcing back in the days. So when the Godfather retired at the 2013 season, when he retired, then those cracks began to show because the brilliance of Sir Alex could not cover for them anymore. The poor structure, the poor financing, poor decision making, it was just poor around. So the past couple of years, United have been a dying breed as a soccer team. Awful football, awful signings, awful infrastructure, and awful investment in the club. That's what the Glazers brought to this glorious team. And the rot of the club continued, and we the fans could see it on the pitch. As a football club like Manchester United, we had no definitive style of play. We were also struggling in the transfer market, getting players who are not worthy to wear the shirts above their initial transfer value. We're also struggling to get that pool, pulling big players, something that we're used to, pulling the best of the best. Now we're pulling mediocre talents. I'll just put it at that, mediocre talents. And also that we struggled basically in competitions all round. If you look at the likes of City, Arsenal and Liverpool, Arsenal are going to the top. Liverpool are amongst the best teams in the world, and City have dominated football for the past 10 years, that is a decade. Now if you look at United, we are just in this never-ending cycle of sacking and bringing managers. Since Sir Alex Ferguson retired, we have hired Moyes, Van Gaal, Jose Mourinho, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Ralf Rangnick, and now Erik ten Hag. This cycle would have continued now, if not for the appointments of Sir Jim Ratcliffe as a co-owner of this Manchester United football club. Now, with Sir Jim taking over all footballing operations from the Glazers, he's looking to get United back to the top, and he has already made some moves in which the Glazers could not make for a couple of years now. He's looking to bring in a proper football structure that can properly guide United back to the very best of the best, with Dave Brailsford, and the recruitment of Omar Berrada from Man City, Jason Wilcox from Southampton, and is also looking to bring in a director of football from Newcastle by the name of Dan Ashworth. This proper structure will help United dictate the coming years. For long, United have signed players based on their name, influence, and marketability. Now we're looking to get in players who can give us proper fight and a proper challenge for years to come. Not only that, he's looking to define a style of play and let a manager properly manage, not focus on all the other aspects of scouting, recruitment, and all that. Sir Jim is looking to bring in a proper structures that have been at other clubs for years, that have been lacking for United for years. And this structure will help ease the load of the manager and help the manager and the players focus on the football. This is where we need to be, and I do tell you, with Sir Jim on board and the recruitment and organization on board, United future do look very bright.